Hello, Pigaholics. Okay, we're going to do something a little bit different today because this is a lock that I've been playing with. It's a challenge lock. I have probably tried to pick this over 3 hours now. This is Draugar from Haribo. This is a 6-pin, as we all know, the lovely Yale keyway, and the key is pretty nasty. I'm going to try and do this in screen since it's kind of awkward. The camera's a little higher. I want to show more of this. So what this is about gutting a lock and learning what it can teach you. I haven't been able to pick this, and I feel like I'm an okay picker. But I want to know why I can't pick this. And with Harry, you never know. So what we're going to do is we're going to exploratory gut this to find out what the hell is going on in this lock so we can learn from it. This is, actually we'll do it down here. This is a circlip on a Euro, like always. Sometimes they have the circlips, and what you have to do is you have to bend them out, and you'll have to re-bend them later so you can get them off. And it's always wise, but now the one thing is, this is, if you see this, this is a really long Euro, and I don't think we're gonna be able to use a shim because the shim is shorter than the cylinder. So one of the things when gutting to be careful of is we have these notches in the back of the cylinder where pins can fall out. You always want that to be in such a place where it can move freely, but not in line with the top pins. So when you push the cylinder through or the follower through, you're not gonna have any troubles. So I'm gonna guess that there's no problems in here, and we're going to find out together by pushing it through at that certain angle. Yep, something's in there. Nope, there it goes. Okay, so we were successful in that, and what I did was I ran the top pins just off the line. Probably should have put the shim in over the little ring ridge. So we can obviously see that there are some mods in this to begin with. All the pins move backwards and forwards. So, and this number 6 is definitely elongated. When we take the pins out, interesting, there's a master pin in number 1. And I can see counter milling, a really deep counter milling. So let's put that back in there and see how the pins come to rest. So as we can see, all the pins are well below shear. We have got some serious counter milling in each and every one. And some of these, the back pins are way deep. So you have to really lift them. And that front one is doesn't have to be lifted too much. But there's a secret in here, is that there's a master pin. So let's dump the pins out, and we will arrange them standard bottom pin and a standard very large master pin in number 1. Number 2 is a standard, and it's a really deep one too. You've got to come past those. Number 3 is also a standard. Number 4 is also a standard. So we're having no strange pins in here so far on the bottom pins. Yeah, those are all standards. And number 6 is also not a standard. So the only weird thing we have so far is the large master pin in number 1. There's no threading at all in any of these. Just every single chamber is counter milled all the way around on on every single one. Well, that's a little strange. In a couple spots, and I don't know if you can see that, there are holes sideways through here, which are not supposed to be there. And that may just be from over counter milling and getting into the holes of each one, but that's a little bit strange. I don't think that has anything to do with anything. Excuse me. Number 6 is so thin at the top, it's a little warped. That could be, and there's a little bit of that on number 1 too. That could be some of the clicking and the feeling that I get when I go and pick, or when I just turn the working key. Okay, let's see what we've got in the top. So in number 1, we have just a nice homemade spool, almost serrated spool, because it's really small. They're just meant to catch you in that lip. So nothing extravagant so far. I'm gonna leave the springs in here because I wanna put this back together again and pick it. Number 2, the exact same thing. So actually, you know what? That has a slightly smaller diameter. So these are homemade gins. Let's go back to number 1. Number 1 doesn't have that gin type head, and it is the same diameter as the body of the pin. Number 3, what do we get here? We have, once again, smaller diameter gin. Very nice, Harry. So I think that this lock is only gonna have gins in them. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope, nope. We have something really strange here, folks. Number 4 has weirdness in it. This is a Haribo type of special. So this was a pin and pin, and it was in this orientation, which I don't think it should be. I think it should actually be in this orientation. So this is one of his little standoff spool things, and there's actually a little bit of thread in there. So this is a pin and pin top pin. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this, and I'll try and get it on camera to focus. Actually, I've been off camera this whole time, and I am sorry. Can't even hold on to it. So there are threads inside of there, and the pin itself has a slight serration to it to try and catch. So we've got a pin and pin. That is going to be fun to put in with interior serrations and a little bit of counter milling to capture us and get us into troubles. Number 5, another homemade gin. And I'm sorry, I'm off camera again. Oh, and we have another of these serrated pin and pins. So this is a Haribo monster, if we've ever seen one with this type of stuff. This one's got a little bit more of a dimple top and light serrations into it. So that is the way that those work. And those might even have a special spring in them, but I am not gonna get into it because I wanna leave those in there. But I don't think we'll find any mods. No. No mods in the cylinder. Let me get a different pick here. Try and get back there in the and see if I feel anything or see anything. I do not. Everything is kind of standard and normal. Maybe I should take out some of these springs, but it's going to be hard to get back in there. But I don't see anything special. Let's just dump a few and see what we get, because I should be able to figure out what is in what. Oh, that all came out of number 6. No, they're just catching. They're just standard springs. There's some of the Euro GG type springs, and I am wrong. I don't know if you all can see this. Let me see if I can get it to come out a little bit. So he's put a little spring inside of a larger spring to actually allow to catch that pin in pin. So that came out of number 4. It's the only one that's missing out of here at the moment. And we'll put that back in. So he has done his crazy magic again, and that is keeping me out. And I wanted to share that with you guys today. So I'm going to put this all back together and I'll give it my best shot. If not, I'm going to pass this on and let the next person see and play with this. Yeah. So now that I can look down this, it's hard to see, but number 6 has the same probably spring and spring, standard, spring and spring, standard, 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 up to 1. And this is Haribo's Draugar, however you want to say it. It's another North American monster. I'll talk with you guys later. Thanks.